Hello friends, and welcome back to another tutorial. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make these super cute candy star chains. To start, I'm going to be showing you two different designs and two different ways to attach them. The first one, we're going to be taking a look at a classic mini stars, attaching it with normal hardware. The second one, we're going to be doing jumbo stars, attaching it with no hardware. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look. I do want everyone to know that it does not matter how you connect them. So if you do the small ones, you can connect with hardware, or you can connect them using just pony beads and string. If you do the jumbo one, you can connect it using hardware or pony beads and just string. Attaching it with hardware is literally just using some of these and using a claw clip. But I did want to include this type of style because I do know that not everyone has access to hardware or even has it, and they just are really excited to make it and they just want to jump right in. This type of style is where this is the button and this is the loop, and it goes over your belt loop just like this. The way that we are going to start this, I'm going to teach you how to make a regular candy star and then a jumbo candy star. And then after that, I will go over how to attach with hardware and then how to attach with just string and pony beads. I'm going to go ahead and put the time slots here, so if you just need to jump between any of them, you can. I'll also leave chapters in the video as well. We are starting off strong with Oh Reliable. We're going to start with a regular candy star. Now, I am kind of a cheapo, so this is my bag of scrap string, and I specifically keep this around for making stars. I am going to start off with a piece of 1mm stretch cord. You can use clear elastic if you'd like, but my assumption is that you're going to be wearing this outside, and the sun and heat can start to make plastic elastic dry rot. There is nothing wrong with using clear elastic string. Just know that it might not hold up as long. But for me, I'm going to be using elastic stretch cord. And as you can see, I'm not using a whole lot. You don't need a whole lot for these candy stars. I'm going to go ahead and start by making my first one. I'm going to take 10 pony beads of any color down one side of my string. Now that I have 10 pony beads attached on, I'm going to go ahead and tie them off. Kind of like making a little candy ring almost. And I am going to pull these tight because we really don't need any stretch for these. And the tighter you pull the string, the better it holds its shape. But do remember, you don't want to pull too tight because you don't want this to snap. If you are using clear elastic string, I would give this about 5 or 6 ties, to be honest, because clear elastic string doesn't have as much friction. I'm going to leave both my small tail and my long tail. I'm going to go ahead and get started. It doesn't matter which direction you go in. I'm going to add 3 pony beads down one side of my string. And I am going to weave it into the bead here. So I'm going to skip this middle bead and I'm going to jump right over to this bead here. And I'm going to pull. And I'm going to pull tight because remember, we want this to hold its shape. I'm going to go ahead and add 3 more pony beads down one side of my string. I'm going to skip this middle bead and weave over to the bead next to it. And I'm going to pull. I'm holding all that tension in my hand. I'm going to go ahead and do this again by adding 3 beads down my string, skipping the middle bead, and weaving it over to the bead next to it. And I'm going to pull. I'm going to add 3 more beads down my string. I'm going to skip this middle bead and jump over to the bead that's sticking up next to it. And I'm going to pull. I'm going to take 3 more beads, weave it down one side of my string. I'm going to skip this middle bead and jump over to the bead next to it. And I'm going to pull. I'm going to now take my 2 tails, meet them together, and tie them up. And I'm going to tie it tight. And remember, if you're using plastic elastic, you want to give this a few more ties than I am, because I'm going to only give this about 3 or 4. And now I'm going to take my scissors, cut the 2 tiny tails off, and ta-da, you have a basic candy star. Now, normally in my videos, I'll show you the process for everything, but this video would be 8 years long. So what you are going to do is you are going to make as many as you see fit. For mine, I used about 6, but there is no right or wrong answer. You can make it as long as you want, you can make it as small as you want. So if you're following along strictly for just my regular kandistar tutorial, this is the part where you will either pause and make as many stars as you'd like, or you're gonna skip ahead to one of these two. So either you're gonna skip ahead to the hardware, or you're gonna go to the section that just shows you how to attach it with regular string and pony beads. You are at the section for doing the jumbo kandistar. Just to show you a size difference, I recommend that we use a corded cloth elastic if you can. See, for these, I do use quite a bit more than I would for a smaller kandistar. If you don't have it, that's totally okay. But do know that I'm assuming you're gonna be wearing these out. You'll be wearing them out and about, maybe to a rave. The sun and the heat will inevitably make this plastic elastic dry rot a lot faster. So if you want some more longevity, use the corded elastic. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with this. Getting started, on one side of my string, I'm gonna add 10 pony beads. With my 10 pony beads added, I'm gonna go ahead and give this a tie. And we are going to tie this tight. Not too tight to where the string pops, but we don't need any tension on this string. If you are using a clear plastic elastic, please do give it extra ties. I would say honestly about 6 or 7 ties, just because you're going to be wearing it out and about, swinging around. You want to make sure that it holds. I'm going to go ahead and cut off my small tail. If you've seen my kandistar glove tutorial or have even made a regular small kandistar, this is going to feel really familiar. To get started, I'm going to add 4 beads down one side of my string. I am going to skip this middle bead and jump over to this bead here. It doesn't matter which direction you go in. And I'm going to pull. I am pulling this tight. I'm going to add 4 more beads down my string. I'm going to skip this middle bead and jump over to the bead next to it. And I'm going to pull. I'm going to pull tight. I'm going to add 4 more beads down my string. I'm going to skip this middle bead and jump over to this bead here. I'm going to add 4 beads onto one side of my string again. I'm going to skip this middle bead and jump over to this bead here. And remember, pulling tight. We're going to do this one more time, adding on 4 beads to one side of our string. I am going to skip this middle bead and I am going to weave it in to these 4 beads here. So bead number 1, bead number 2, 3, and 4. So we want our string to be sticking out of this bead here. So I'm going to weave through bead number 1, bead number 2, bead number 3, and bead number 4. And I'm going to pull. On my string, I'm going to add 5 beads. With my 5 beads added, I am going to weave it in to these 2 beads here. And we're going to pull. And this should create a point. And remember, pull tight. And we are going to continue this going all the way around. So I'm going to add 5 beads down my string. And then I'm going to weave it into these 2 beads here. And we're going to pull. I'm going to add 5 beads down this side of my string. And I'm going to weave it into these 2 beads here. I'm gonna add 5 beads down my string. And I'm going to weave it into these 2 beads here. And we're pulling. Alrighty, let's add 5 more beads down our string. 5 beads. And I'm still going to weave it into these 2 beads here, but I'm gonna weave it down these 2 beads and then these 2 beads here. So that's gonna be bead number 1, 2, 3, and 4. So weaving through bead number 1, going through bead number 2, bead number 3, and bead number 4. And I'm gonna pull. Oh, I love these jumbo stars. They are so adorable. They never get old. All right, so now all we have to do is tie this off. And the way that I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna take my string and I'm gonna go underneath and in between these beads here. So just like that. This will create a loop. You're gonna take your string and you're gonna go through this big loop you made, and we're just gonna pull. We're gonna wanna make sure that our knot lies right here. And we pull. And we will continue this a handful of times. Remember, if you were using plastic elastic, you're gonna give this a bunch more ties than I am. I'm only gonna give it 4 ties. And once we are done tying, we're gonna cut off this tail. And ta-da, look, they're so cute. All right, so normally in my videos, I like to film every step, but if I was to do that, this video will be forever. So this is the part where you are either going to pause and continue to make as many stars as you'd like. There is no right or wrong answer. Once you have completed as many stars as you'd like, you are going to hop to either here, which is going to show you how to attach stars using hardware, or you're going to skip here, which is going to teach you how to attach these stars using only. Hello, my friends, and welcome to the connection part using pony beads and string. It does not matter if you chose the jumbo stars or these stars, they're all going to connect the same way. For me, I'm going to connect using pony beads. There are a few different ways that you can do this. The way that I'm going to do it is I'm going to add the string and attach pony beads on. Now, if you want these to just be stars, you are going to take a piece of string through one of the corners. You're going to grab another star and take that string and go through another one of these corners and simply tie them together. And that is how you will connect these using only string. You will continue tying these for as many stars as you have or for as long as you want. If you are going to be adding pony beads, you will take your string down one side of the corner, fold your strings in half, and then place your pony beads on. For me, I'm going to do a mix of pony beads, some of these fun green star beads, and then I'm going to leave off on another pony bead again. And then once you've added on your desired amount of beads, I'm going to take the other side of my corner, place one side of the string through, and then I'm going to tie it together. For me, I'm not going to tie this with too much tension, just because I don't want them to be super stiff. I want them to kind of be able to move on their own a bit. So I'm just going to tie it with about a medium tension, I'd say. And now we've started connecting our stars together. And you are going to continue this going all the way down. When you are done, you are going to either go here, and this is going to teach you how to make a clasp using pony beads and stretch strings, or you're going to go here and simply learn how to attach a claw clip. Hello, and welcome to the portion of the video where I will be showing you how to attach your stars together using hardware. This is quite simple. Depending on how big your rings are, you might have to use 2. So that's what I do. I go ahead and I'm going to place on my key ring right at the end of one of my points. And I'm going to go ahead and attach 2. And then I'm going to attach this one here. So just like that. And you will just continue this all the way down. Either you will go here to learn how to attach the rest of this using jump rings and claw clips, or you're gonna go here and learn how to attach it using pony beads and stretch string. And welcome to the portion of the video where I show you how to attach these using no hardware and just pony beads and stretch string. For this, you are going to need a jumbo bead. It can be anything. For me, I'm going to use these flowers. You just need something big enough where your pony beads can wrap around. To get started, I'm going to go ahead and cut off a piece of 1mm cord. I'm going to place the string through the point of my star here, the end point, and I'm going to place on my big bead, and then I'm just going to tie it on. And this is going to act kind of like a button. And I'm going to trim it off. And I'm going to go ahead and do this on the other side as well. Taking my string, placing it on one of the corners, and tying these together. Okay. And now I have these on, and again, these act kind of like a button, right? We are now going to be attaching on our loop of pony beads. So I'm going to take a piece of stretch string, and I am going to weave it through that same point that we added our button on. And for me, conveniently, I have mini pony beads. If you don't, regular pony beads will work just as well, but I just don't believe that the grip will be enough. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add on a ring of pony beads. And now I am going to keep on adding these until when I hold it together, it goes over top of this button comfortably. And do keep in mind that you are going to have a belt loop also in the way as well. So maybe add on a few extra pony beads to account for the belt loop. And this is where I am deciding to stop. And once you choose how much you'd like on there, we're going to go ahead and give this a tie. And I'm going to cut off my tails here. And now I have a little loop that is going to go right over my belt chain. So it'll hold on just like that. And we are going to repeat this on the other side as well. And once you have them on, giving this a tie. And now we are able to secure this onto our belt with no hardware. And welcome to the portion of the video where we will be attaching these on using jump rings and claw clips. If you have claw clips and no jump rings, simply take a piece of string through your claw clip, and you can place it through one of your star points and tie it on just like this. If you have jump rings, you'll just go ahead and split them open, place on your claw clip just like this, weave it through one of the points of your star, and close it off. And that is how you attach on the jump rings and claw clips, or the claw clips and the stretch string. Oh, I love this pattern so much. This is so cute. Ah, I love how cute this is. Look at that. This one, I will say, I am the most excited for. Oh my goodness. This is probably my favorite one. I feel like I'm gonna be wearing this all the time. This is so cute. All right, friends, thank you so much for watching. I hope this helped anyone looking to learn how to make a candy star belt in multiple different ways. I hope this style of video wasn't too confusing. I just didn't really see a point in making two videos. So let me know how you liked this. So if you have any comments, questions, or feedback, please leave them in the comments below. Feedback really, really helps this channel grow. I'm also going to put my email here. People have been sending me some of the creations that they've been making using my tutorials. And when I get them, I put them at the end of the video for everyone to see. Thank you so much, my friends, for watching. And I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye-bye.